a bucket, only 3 points in the last 3:25 of that game against Iona. Iona made it very interesting towards the end, but the Friars were able to hold on.
Olivia Olsen wins the tip for the Friars. And first opportunity offensively. A lot is going to run through Crooms and hit her first attempt. We said the number, 40% of Providence's baskets this year have either had a bucket or an assist from Crooms.
Yeah, preseason All Big East selection was an honorable mention last season. And look for her to get going. That's a good drive. Just got to finish those layups.
Gakdeng, 7 to shoot. Here is Daly. Shot clock running down. Got it off to Gakdeng. Nice work there by Daly late on the timer and manages to find the Eagles' sophomore center.
Daly had two games at the beginning of the season, just 7 points. Picked up 11 points against Ohio State and 12 against Northeastern. She's been on a tear.
Yeah, certainly earning that playing time. It's going to be a theme with this group this year. If you earn it, you're going to get a chance. That one nearly lost, but Mair gets it back thanks to Gakdeng. And now Lacey is good from 3. JoJo Lacey, 33% three-point shooter. That's been a spot that Boston College has struggled a bit this year, percentage-wise, from behind the arc, Lewis. Shooting so far this year, just 21% from behind the arc, but that's a big one.
Yeah, a huge one, and we talked to Coach Mack before the game. This one, a great dish to draw the defense out, and then Lacey off the feet from Mair just lines it up. Lacey, a 26% three-point shooter, shooting up to 49% on the floor this year, trying to find that rhythm.
By the way, 2 baskets, 2 assists on those baskets for Boston College. And Gakdeng with the first block of the game against Emily Archibald. Wagner in transition, pull-up jumper, no. Rebound, though, comes out a long way, and it's Wagner who finds it. Eagles, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country so far this season.
Helps when you have Gakdeng there.
Mair wide open, got it from 3. Taina Mair, who was just 1 for 8 from behind the arc, coming in. And what a start for the hometown Eagles, 8-0. Olsen gets Providence on the board for the first time.
It's a good take there by Olsen.
On the run, Daly is called for a travel. So this will go back the other way in Providence. Under head coach Jim Crowley in his 7th season at PC, after a successful 16-year run as the head coach of St. Bonaventure.
372 career wins, closing in on that 400 mark. Long career for Jim Crowley.
Nice cut, Crooms inside, got it over Gakdeng. First points for Janae Crooms, senior from Cranston, Rhode Island, who's made it back home after a couple of years in the Big Ten. Gakdeng wide open as the double team came out. Couldn't hit the first, but there was a rebound open there, and that is Wagner. And that's Boston College moving the Providence defense, and there are open looks in behind.
Well, yeah, you don't want to push BC. If you're BC, you don't want to stay on one side. Providence does a really good job trapping defensively, so they're spacing out that team.
3 ball is no good from Bryn Farrell, the junior transfer from Florida. The Eagles will slow down offensively for the first time in a bit. Gakdeng going to work inside and couldn't finish at the rim. It's been a good start on the boards for Gakdeng. Certainly not a bad start in terms of her scoring, 12 points a game. You feel like there's even another level offensively that she can still get to, reigning all ACC freshman team selection. Mair trying again from 3. And then on the rebound, and a foul will go against Lacey.
When you said it, Eric, Gakdeng, all ACC freshman last year, 15th in the NCAA in blocks, was 2nd in the ACC in rebounds. She really made herself known in the paint and also kind of working on the game to distribute from the post. So trying to open up some more teammates to add some more tools to her game.
Had 15 rebounds against Northeastern on Thursday, 9 of them on the offensive boards.
Had a career-high 17 last year.
And a bump there as Crooms Fouled by Dontavia Wagner.
Check this out. Some contact there as Wagner comes over, and that's the foul that's called. That's what Providence wants to do. They want to feed Crooms the ball. They want her to touch it at least once in the rotation to get the open shot.
Got it in, and the 3 ball from Farrell is a bit strong. It's kind of Crooms and a lot of shooters on this Providence offense right now, and that one is turned over. Megan Herder got her hand in to take it away from Mair.
Yeah, just lost the handle there, kept her head down, didn't see the bodies coming in, so defense, really good job there for Providence to limit the shots.
Crooms spinning and is fouled. He started to mention it on Crooms. Played 2 years at Ohio State, then transferred to Michigan State before coming in last year to Providence.
It's a beautiful spin there by Crooms. Opened up the space, just didn't get the shot. Enough elevation to hit it off the board. Foul by Daly there, puts Crooms on the line.
The 3rd foul against Boston College here in the first quarter. And Daly will be subbed out for Taina Todd, who's in for the first time for BC. And on the other side, Logan Cook into the game for the first time, the transfer from Iowa.
Well, transfers for this Providence team. We've got Farrell from Florida, Logan Cook from Iowa, who actually played with the sophomore Audrey Cook at Iowa City West.
To shoot, and another turnover. As Providence did a nice job collapsing in on Mair. Crooms again, right down Broadway, and got it. Early 6 points for Janae Crooms, and Providence has scored the last 6 in the game. It's 10-8.
Can't give her that much space. She had an open lane, took it to the rack, and Dontavia Wagner a little late getting there on the defense.
Van Timmeren in there for the first time, and that is thrown away. So Providence on a little bit of a run thanks to Janae Crooms, the leading scorer, averaging 18 a game so far this year with an early 6. And Providence down by 2 early on the Heights.
Seconds on the clock, gonna show them what we got to offer. If you want, you can make it to the top. Gotta focus on the goal. The winner takes all. Pass the ball. Reach for the stars, no stopping us. Winner takes all.
10-8 lead for Boston College, and Joanna Burnaby-McNamee's team, her 5th year at the helm of BC. Talked to her before the game. I said, are you happy? Are you okay? Where are you at the start? She said, I think we're getting there. I think we're going to go through some of those young moments, but kind of knew that going in, and it's about learning and growing from them, which I feel like they kind of did in that Northeastern game, and trying to play better than Harvard in a similar style. That was way off on the 3 from Bryn Farrell.
To your point, Eric, trying to replace 5 seniors from a year ago, only returning 28% of your scoring. You know, a lot of coaches like to fake the funk. Coach Max is not like that, right? She'll tell you straight up how it is and what to expect, and she expects a lot from this young group and to learn through the process, and I think that's the big thing we took away today, is that she wants them to learn through these mistakes that they do make in the game time.
16 to shoot for Boston College. Todd, who remained in there out of the commercial break. Gakdeng inside, 7 to shoot, and lost the handle. Good work inside. Providence has brought the double team to Maria Gakdeng, and it's worked well so far.
Yeah, it's really forced them to kind of look a second time on the first option, and then that time just tries to go, knew the pass wasn't there, tried to put it on the ground and make a move to the bucket, but that help side D for Providence was there in time.
Farrell on the drive, and blocked. but got it right back and then swatted away by Mair. Will stay here with the Friars.
A great drive here for the Friars. Gakdeng just trying to cut the lane off here on Farrell. Farrell
Nice job to find it, catch it.
Absolutely. Keeps the play alive.
Farrell played 28 games last year at Florida, missing a little bit of time due to injury as well.
That was a close call there. It looked like maybe a push-off at the top of the key, but it's going to be a foul on Daly.
That is 2 fouls on Andrea Daly.
Jojo Lacey will come in. Want to mess around with 2 fouls early on in the first quarter.
So Boston College now scoreless for more than 3 minutes after building a 10-2 lead. But Providence has gone about a minute and a half without a bucket as well. We've held it 10-8 here for a bit. And just 5 to shoot for the Friars. Crooms on the clear out. And going to work. And the floater good.
Not much
for Crooms.
Not much Wagner could do there, right? She's following the body, keeps the body in front, but Crooms just elevates in time.
It's one of those where you need your best player to just take over. 5 on the timer. Everybody else get out of the way, and let Crooms go to work.
Yeah, put it in the blender, right? Look, right, left, opened up that space. Plenty of opportunity to get that shot off for Crooms.
Todd open for 3. And a bit strong. Good offensive rebound, Lacey. As we said, it's been a real strength of Boston College this year. They are top 30 nationally in offensive rebounds per game. Crooms again. Gave it up this time. Her for 3 is off. Todd on the run, lost the handle on it. That is off BC.
Last 2 sequences for Boston College, just going a little too fast, out of control down the court, losing the ball, and want to limit those turnovers.
It's 6 of them on Boston College.
They're going to reset the shot clock to 28.
Now they get the shot clock all sorted out. Ready to go once again. So that's where that turnover conversation, we mentioned it with Coach Mack. Look, there's a number that we have to learn to live with, and we're okay with that. Kind of understand, freshman point guard. Although, as Coach Mack said, it's really not all her on the turnovers, but whatever that number is, it's still a bit too high right now. Now, 36 turnovers against Ohio State is kind of driving the average up a little bit. Certainly with only 4 games played so far, but there's a balance that this BC team's going to have to learn to live with as the year goes on. Right now they're at 25.5 turnovers per game, which is near the bottom of the ACC.
Well, admittedly, right, when you're a team that goes fast, you're going to get opportunities on the offensive end, so it's going to have that number go up a little higher than it should be.
Gakdeng double team comes, but this time gets good work done and ends a 5-minute scoring drought for the Eagles. And BC the lead back and nearly taken away. Crooms got rid of it well and gets it back with 15 to shoot. Inside, another block. Gakdeng's 3rd block of the game already.
Well, they say defense leads to offense, Eric. This time, offense leading to defense for Gakdeng. She gets the block back down on this end against Crooms, but a good finish on the opposite end. Good protection of the ball to put it off the glass and in to give BC the 2-point lead. Another timing shot clock issue.
So with 1:51 remaining here in the first quarter of play,
Might have to get one of those old school portable shot clocks and put it on the edge of the floor.
Well, now we're back to 10 minutes, and now everything just went off on the board in the corner. So they will look to get it sorted out. So still working on some timing issues on the opposite side. It's a 12-10 lead for Boston College over Providence with, we believe 151 remaining in the first quarter. Let's talk a little bit about Jim Crawley, as we talked about. Head coach of Providence in his 7th season. It's a team that really took a little bit of a step back last year, but that's almost too harsh because of just how young this group was a year ago. They bring back 6 freshmen from last year's team who all played over 20 minutes per game at certain times and played over 20 games. So it was a team that was certainly young, but has an opportunity to kind of grow from there. They were picked 8th in the league this year and trying to take that next step.
That's a good league. It's a league that puts 4 or 5 teams into the NCAA tournament. At 8, Providence can find their way into the middle of the pack and potentially a postseason berth, whether it's the WNIT or the NCAA. They made it to WNITs the last time back in 2018-19. They had a 19-16 record, 10 wins, 8 wins in the Big East. Ended up losing to Big East foe Georgetown in the round of 16 quarterfinals of that WNIT. So, of course, Crowley wants to get his team back to that position, and he has the pieces. He's getting pieces from transfers. He's going into getting freshmen to come in next year. So he's utilizing everything he needs to. It's just about getting all those pieces together.
So it looks like we have everything close to sorted out. 151 remaining in this first quarter, 11 on the shot clock, and a 12-10 lead for Boston College. So as we reset with Providence on possession here. 2 to shoot for the Friars. Got it away, and good! Olivia Olsen with 5 points. Or actually, it looks like that was ruled as a long 2. So 4 points early for Olsen, and it's 12-12 with 85 seconds remaining in the first. Todd to answer no.
You're talking about Olsen, 15 points, 7 rebounds in the season opener against Dayton. Also followed up with 13 points against Stonehill, so she can get going for this Providence Friars team. That's going to help alleviate the pressure off of Crooms.
So Providence again working the timer down. Crooms on the run and got it. Janae Crooms with 10 points in the first quarter. 10 of her team's 14. Mair gets a double team, and it's turned over, but then taken right back. Mair keeps herself in the play and then converts. So well done following up the initial mistake to find a steal and a bucket and retie the game.
Yeah, just good effort play there. It's kind of a hot potato ball there at midcourt. BC gave it up to Providence, and then right back Mair, all alone on 1 of 3, just put the floater in.
2-second difference between the shot clock and the game timer. 4 to shoot, long 3 is off the mark, but an offensive rebound. Herder at the horn, missed. That was her first 2-point field goal attempt of the season for Herder, who had been a 3-point specialist all year long. So we are even after 1. 14 apiece. Eagles started out 10-2. The uniqueness of this situation is not so much that a freshman is being relied upon to play point guard, as much certainly happens, but she's it. She's the only point guard on the roster because Kayla Ivey is injured and out for the season. So it's really all on her. So she has to figure this out as the bucket there from Wagner. Not just playing as a freshman for the first time, but doing it basically without ever getting a spell. As we said, she played all but 7 minutes this year. Foul on the other end.
Yeah, exactly. And when you talk about just the game time, and when you get into kind of out of non-conference play, you go back into conference play, and you have a tough Power 5 conference in the ACC. It's no easy games, right? And Coach Mack likes to stack this non-conference schedule with tough opponents, teams that are going to play you tough. So it's going to get her the experience. The question is, will that kind of wear her down towards the end of the season? But so far, so good for Taina Mair.
That last foul went on Dontavia Wagner. So for Boston College, 2 on Daly, 2 on Wagner so far. Araya Scott at the free throw line. 2 free throws and a tie game again.
Have a homecoming here for Providence too. A couple of local products that have some fans in attendance cheering them on.
This has been a pretty consistent game played through the years between these two teams. Boston College has won the last 2 after Providence had taken the prior 3. And there is a foul on the other end.
16-3 in the last 19 against Providence, but a couple of those victories for the Friars coming in recent years. Crowley kind of not wanting to get bullied around by BC anymore, made these competitions a lot better. And as you talked about, sometimes we see these rivalries or these local games go away for a little bit, not with Providence BC.
Free throw good from Todd as that foul went against Lauren Sampson. Deanna Todd, the native of Ontario, who started each of the first 4 games of the season before coming off the bench today. And there is a whistle and a foul before the inbounds, and that's an offensive foul against Providence and Bryn Farrell.
Yeah, right here, just pushes off to try to get the opening.
That arm extended.
Absolutely.
Inbound to Lacey. Van Timmeren inside. Good work from Van Timmeren. Her first points going with the left hand for the sophomore who's coming off the bench for the 5th game in a row. Is kind of that 6th man, first person off for Joanna Burnaby-McNamee. And at the other end, Olivia Olsen is good, plus the foul.
Mariah Scott, great job. She elevated, had to make a decision in the air whether to shoot or pass it down. She finds Olsen on the cut. It's a beautiful pass and a great finish for the N1 play.
So a chance for Olsen to bring the score back within 1. Both teams have shot the ball well from the line so far. A combined 7 for 7. Something that was an issue for Providence, as that's a good move by Allie Van Timmeren. So back-to-back buckets inside for the sophomore Van Timmeren. And then a block on the other end. The Eagles' defense coming to life a bit. Daly, who's back in there playing with 2 fouls for Boston College. Mair got space and got a 3. Taina Mair with 8 first half points.
It's a great sidestep there, Eric, to open the space, get the defender to bite, and then just fire the shot. She's been confident from beyond the arc, so she's taking those shots when she's got them.
Eagles have extended the lead to 6. Remember, it was 10-2 BC. Then Providence went on a 12-2 run for the first quarter, eventually finished tied. That one was off the mark from Olsen. And the Eagles again on the run. Van Timmeren got it! And a timeout, Providence. Already tied for a season high for Allie Van Timmeren. And Boston College has reestablished Pittman from behind the arc. Neither of these teams are great shooting three-point teams. Boston College, we mentioned, near 20% from behind the arc. Providence percentage-wise a little better, but they don't make a ton, only about 4 a game. That's inside, and that ends the run. Audrey Cook, the sophomore from Iowa City. Providence's first points, about 4.5 minutes, and it snaps the 13-0 run.
A great take there by Cook to finish off the play and stop this run from the Eagles. For Providence, you kind of want to chip away here towards half.
Foul on the floor.
This is really a smart play, Eric, for Coach Mack, right? Like, you know Providence is coming on the help side D, so you have your players cut through, not go around, right? Because that's either you draw the foul or you're going to get hacked, right? That's kind of the idea, or you'll have the open space to take the shot. So either way, BC's generating offense, whether it's a foul at the foul line or getting that contact going into the paint.
So now all of a sudden, after the Eagles made a bunch in a row at the foul line, they missed 3 straight. And Timorin came out on that last sequence for BC. Gakdeng back in, and there is a foul and no basket. It is called against Kayla Lozama for going into the paint early.
See a lot of lane violations, but there's one in today's game.
So remember the dichotomy of that first quarter. That basket not there, but an offensive rebound by Cook. And a jump ball will give possession to Providence. Kind of a runs in the first quarter, runs in the second quarter, back and forth, but Eagles have been really pretty stout defensively throughout.
Yeah, it's a block party here in Chestnut Hill. Maria Gakdeng gets one on Farrell, and then she comes back on Crooms on the backside. That's good support defense. And then Dontavia Wagner, not to be left out, she has one too as well today.
Crooms spinning, got the double team, so found the open player. Great pass, and Megan Herter takes advantage. First three-pointer of the game for Providence. Eagles have an open player too. It's Lozama.
Lozama off the bench, good, nice 2 points, and then that one from the three-point arc, a little spark for the Eagles.
Crooms still looking for her first points of the second quarter, and that was off the mark. So each team answers their threes.
It's just a great shot there by Herter. We talked about her percentage this year. So good, over 44% coming into today. And then Lozama getting in on the action. Had missed her only three-point chance of the year. Gets on the board there.
Herter had been 15th in the Big East. Three-point percentage coming in today. Eagles have also limited the turnovers in this second quarter so far. That is an offensive foul going against BC. But it looked like a 3-second call, in fact, against Gakdeng.
And that's kind of where you get caught up with this Providence defense, right? Is they're so good at rotating around, you forget your positioning, and Gakdeng got stuck in the paint for a little too long.
It's a 12-point lead for Boston College. Herter on the drive, and Lacey, good job defensively. There was just nowhere for Herter to go. And then that is turned over. It's like that pass, may have been trying to get it to Lacey. Daly was there as well, who ended up tipping it. On the drive, kind of an out-of-control effort by Sampson, who is down and hurt behind the play. So Eagles with the numbers advantage coming back. They'll be allowed to play it out, and then the whistle will likely come as Providence secures it now. And Lauren Sampson will head over to the Providence bench.
Yeah, she tried to cut through into the paint, got some contact. They looked like Gakdeng was there, along with Daly. Sampson, the product out of Waltham, Massachusetts, not too far from here. Eric, got a couple of fans and friends in attendance. We'll see her cut in here. Daly's clean there, maybe on the contact on the swipe from Gakdeng, and maybe got tied up with the feet with Todd there. Maybe stepped on the foot of Todd there. She comes into the paint, and then Gakdeng was elevated, make the block, so Sampson was already on her way down. Might have just stepped and rolled an ankle.
2 minutes remaining first half. Out of control again there by Crooms, and that's because the Eagles have just really clogged up the paint well. Todd on the run. Gakdeng got the offensive rebound. Lacey for three. And this is out of bounds off of Providence, so it'll stay here. And we talked about the offensive rebounding. This Boston College team came into today 8th in the NCAA in terms of offensive rebound rate. Really good on the offensive boards. Coach Mack said, kind of the next step is sort of finishing on some of those second chances. Eagles had a few on that sequence.
You have a guard as big as JoJo Lacey, right? Who's 6'1", plays that stretch 3 full forward position as well. It makes it a little easier if you have those active hands on the offensive boards. And with Gakdeng, her size is just so good for the Eagles to get those offensive.
On the floor, and another held ball, and possession of Providence with 1:09 remaining in the second.
Allie Van Timmeren, I feel like she's been really the difference maker. BC and Providence tied in that first quarter, and then since Van Timmeren has come in here in the second, a spark offensively. She's been on the ground on the hustle points, getting rebounds, and is doing it all.
Gakdeng inside and shuffle the feet and treble. You mentioned Allie Van Timmeren. She's been working with Boston College's new grad assistant this year, Emma Guy, who played for the Eagles a couple of years ago. Emma back on the bench, and we're going to chat with Emma about her new role coming up at halftime. Highlight stats and hopefully a chat with both coaches as well coming up. That's a long 3 ball from Herder, and then a traveling violation on the rebound attempt. That is, by the way, the same Herder. That is Megan Herder, is Kevin's sister. Kevin Herder in the NBA with the Kings, and played his college ball at Maryland, coming from the Albany area. Both went to Jandahoa High School. Star players in upstate New York. 20 to shoot on the drive. Gakdeng missed on the block that time. Maria Scott on the drive. And she is fouled by Gakdeng, which is the first on Maria Gakdeng. There's Kevin Herder and his sister Megan.
Yeah, averaged over 11 points per game with the Hawks and is averaging over 16 points per game this season with the Sacramento Kings. Nicknamed Red Velvet.
That was on draft night. Certainly, you think of three-point shooter when you think of Kevin Herder, and Megan, nothing different than that. We mentioned it a little bit earlier. Coming into today, she only had 3-point attempts coming in from the floor.
Yeah, 7 of 16 from the 3-point line coming in to this game against Boston College. 33% 3-point shooter this season, or in her career this season, up to 44% from beyond the arc. So Herder is dangerous, can hurt you from beyond the 3-point line.
So down to a 10-point lead here. There's a couple of free throws from Scott. And that is nearly turned over, but held onto by Lacey. A 5-second difference between the game and the possession. Lozama out there from 3, a rebound to Providence. Cut it inside double digits, but the pass for Crooms was too far.
Yeah, Maria Scott, it looked like Crooms thought she was just going to take it because Crooms was drawing the defender away. So Maria Scott had the open opportunity. You can see it here on the replay. It's a 2-on-1, but Scott just goes with the pass instead of driving to the lane.
And a traveling violation was called with 0.8 of a second remaining. Mair trying to go up and get a last-second shot. Can catch and shoot with 0.8.
Right hand, play right hand to the passer.
Yeah, watch for Herder to try to get open here at the arc.
Just trying to throw it all the way to the rim there by Crooms. Did not work. And that will do it for half number 1. So it's a 10-point lead for Boston College over Providence. Eagles outscore the Friars 22-12 in that second quarter.
Yeah, and forced Providence to shoot at 27%. The defense has been all
The last 3 minutes and 42 seconds of the second quarter, where Providence closed a bit, down to a 10-point game. That's nearly taken away, ends up hitting off Wagner's leg and knocked out of bounds.
You can see Jim Crowley doing those adjustments, settling the offense, making sure they get into a play instead of just rushing through.
Stop and pop and no from Nariah Scott, the sophomore from Holden, Massachusetts. Played at Tabor Academy in Rhode Island for a couple of years before coming to PC. And another traveling violation called against Mair.
Scott had an 8-point game against URI earlier this year. Also 2 blocks in that game against the Rams. Gotta find different players that can step up.
Worth noting with Providence, who are down Kylie Shepard, the sophomore, who was a Big East All-Freshman team selection, missing her 4th game in a row. And also today without Grace Ifosa, who has averaged nearly 9 points a game so far this year, missing her first. So those are 2 pretty big players out for Providence, and especially Shepard, when you look at her numbers from last season, a really strong year, Big East All-Freshman team selection, as we said, even despite missing 10 games due to injury.
Yeah, 8 double-doubles.
This is Daly out in front. Oh, good defensive effort by Olsen. Just one-on-one back, Olsen all alone, and she does enough to not only stop the basket, but not foul in the process. Scott got it up and then fouled off the miss.
Yeah, you said it, Eric. Olivia Olsen has done a great job not getting into foul trouble because she's so stationary on her defense. You'll see it here, just forces Daly to the opposite side, and that's kind of what Providence defense wants, right? Make you make the mistakes instead of them making the mistakes for you.
Wagner, and that is an offensive foul. So here's where the question would be, are the feet set? But watch the arm come out here, Lewis, and when you see that, sometimes that's just gonna lead to the foul when you see the arm extend like that.
Also, Crooms is so fast, right? She moves great from left to right and stays in front of Wagner there, so that Wagner does have to create the space and is called for the foul. So good defensive stand there for Crooms to get the ball back for Providence.
Olsen stops, got to the paint, and no good on the shot. Still looking for the first points of this 3rd quarter. Either way, fastball inside to Gakdeng. And now it's Daly on the drive and was all alone.
And that's how you do it without fouling, Eric. You use your speed, you keep your arms at length so that you can use them to kind of get by the defender but not push off. And that's a great finish there at the cup.
It seemed like Daly was almost surprised how open she was once she got inside. There's a big 3 to answer. Bryn Farrell, who missed a couple in the early going, knocks down her first from behind the arc. And Providence is within single digits. And then a travel on Gakdeng.
Said it, Daly's drive was great, got by the defender, a great finish. But this 3-pointer was silky smooth from Bryn Farrell. Just nothing but the bottom of the net, plenty of space, good lineup shot. Get that foot in front to keep the line on the drive. Beautifully done.
Farrell, who averaged 3 points a game for Florida last year. Nice job by Crooms, and got the foul at the end of it. First points since the first quarter for Crooms. And it draws the foul on Gakdeng.
Take a look at that look back right there. Gets the defender as Daly to bite first, and that Gakdeng just trying to swipe from behind. Makes the contact after the shot was already released. So a late foul there, but good call by the official. Crooms absorbed the contact, and now a chance to bring it within 6.
Worth noting on the BC side, that's now 2 personal fouls for Gakdeng, Daly, and Wagner.
Already a small roster for the Eagles, so you got to stay out of foul trouble.
Mair inside Gakdeng. You can see the double teams coming every time, but then Lacey was too strong from 3. Brooms on the run. Behind the play, Farrell got inside and missed it off the window. Mair on the run. Good pass, Todd.
It's a good pass through transition, finding that opportunity for Todd.
4th assist for Taina Mair. Olsen thought about it. Farrell takes it, and too strong. Mair taking advantage down the lane and missed. And out of bounds to Providence.
Well, Taina Mair, good eyes here to see Todd on the cut. Found it past the defense. And Todd, nice little floater. Didn't even have to use the glass on that one. Just straight skill.
So Todd, again, coming off the bench today for the first time. As we said, the 4th assist for Mair. Olsen, yes. That's Olivia
contact.
Olsen with 9 points.
Looked like she got a swipe in the eye there after the follow through on that shot.
Gakdeng other end, got the roll. Maria had 4 points early and scored since early in the first, so that's 6 points now to go along with 8 rebounds and 3 blocks. Ball from Audrey Cook. No relation to Logan Cook, spelled differently, in fact, even though they're both from Iowa.
We were talking about protecting the ball from Maria Gakdeng, learning from last year, not giving up those turnovers. This is exactly what we're talking about. Great protection, lost the dribble, but stays with it, and then uses her size to kind of go over the defender. Not foul there, just go over the defender and put the bucket in.
We've talked about it. She's basically gotten a double team all day. That was a rare situation where she was matched up one-on-one. And, you know, that double team is something that's part of that sophomore process. When you come in, you're now clearly #1 on the scouting report, which is not necessarily the case, even with a good year last year. So that is an adjustment.
You can see her growing as every game happens, right? 16 points against Harvard, 15 rebounds against Northeastern. Her blocking game is back on pace where it was last year, up to 4 blocks already this year.
New career high for Taina Mair with 10 points now after 2 free throws. The reball is good. Excuse me, it's a 2 for Nariah Scott on the drive, the sophomore.
Thought about the three-pointer, and then drove in. I think it's good for them not to force these three-point shots. Get your shot in rhythm. Get yourself comfortable before you're firing these three-point shots.
She was thinking about the 3. I was thinking about the 3. Mair's thinking about the 3. Mair's hitting the 3. Extending that career high. 13 points on her birthday. Or T-Mair, as they call her on the Heights. Foul underneath. Sends us to a timeout on the floor. Eagles lead is 11 points for the birthday girl, Taina Mair.
What a birthday it is for Mair. She led Brooks to an undefeated season last year, 24-0, a NEPSAC Class B champions. Scored the game-winning bucket with 4.4 seconds left. Right now, picking up that pace, the transition to the college game, no phase for Taina Mair.
And again, doing it, leading Boston College in minutes. She's played 24 minutes in this game so far. No one else on the Eagles has played more than 18. That is a consistent theme, is again, the lone point guard on the roster due to some injuries. Crooms on the other end has also played 24 and knocks down the free throw. That's 14 points in the game for Crooms. It back to 10 and now 9.
A better shooting period here for Providence, up to 40%, 18 in the second quarter.
Lazama off to Wagner, who's back in there playing on a couple of fouls. Inside, Gakdeng, yes. Maria Gakdeng, good footwork inside.
And that's that decision-making we're talking about, Eric, is look, nothing's open, go ahead and turn your back, take it to the hoop.
Gakdeng 8 points now on 4 of 6 shooting from the floor. Cook got rid of it, 12 to shoot. Crooms, a lot of running to get to the bucket there, but finds the basket. Now on to her season average at 17 points.
I was like, hey, here's a decoy, here's a decoy. I'm gonna take it to the hoop.
Wagner is playing on 3 fouls. It's a game that was tied at the end of the first quarter and has basically, since Boston College went an early run in the second, held between about 12 and 8 points either way. It's down inside of that right now as Crooms has 2 more, up to 19 in the game. Wagner on the drive, couldn't finish. It's a good lane that opened. And then a traveling violation against Providence.
Well, Janae Crooms has done a great job trying to cut the deficit. This time, a little ring around the rosy to get to the hoop. And then a great cut to beat the defense back to the bucket. It's really just trying to find those opportunities in the paint for Crooms. She has the size and the strength to get by defenders and use the glass. So when she gets into the lane, watch out.
Rare breather here, which brings Logan Cook back in. Here's Todd. Out there on the 3. Gakdeng underneath. Wagner as well fighting for the rebound. Here's Wagner on the drive. Right hand and draws the foul.
Hard fall there for Mariah Scott. Hope she's all right. She'll be a little slow to get up, but take another look at that last play. Looked like, as you said, Wagner was there finding that rebound. Nice putback opportunity just under the hoop. Van Timmeren didn't have the space either. And then right about here on the drive from Wagner, Scott's gonna fall back and hold on to her head. Good to see her up and shaking that one off.
Credit for a couple of offensive rebounds on that sequence, and that foul went against Bryn Farrell, which is, I believe, her 4th. That was nearly thrown away, but Olsen's there as Eagles put on a little bit of a press. Friars do manage to get it across.
Well, bodies hitting the floor here as they try to get into position.
Down. And a reach in on Mair. It's the first foul on Mair. Now all of a sudden, Providence has come to life here a bit. 4 of their last 5 from the floor compared to the Eagles, just 1 of its last 6. That is off of Wagner.
Kind of see what Providence is trying to do here. They're pushing BC back, a little aggressive on the defensive end, so BC leaves that arc open, and Farrell's setting up at the point, or you see also Logan Cook on the outside.
Nearly thrown away, but again, it's Farrell. He finds it on the elbow. Olsen, long 2, was way short.
I always love when a shot looks so confident. You're like, I'm gonna pull up, and then you miss everything. It's fun. It's a fun shot.
I had a few of those, but that's why I'm here next to you.
I guess we both did since we're both here, right?
Mair's open, 3 ball. Bounces off. And another rebound for Olsen. And the Eagles aggressive, and a foul on Wagner. And that's one of those for Dontavia Wagner. In a different spot, you love the aggressiveness, but here it is her 4th personal foul.
Yeah, up to 6 points, 6 rebounds, but 2 for 8 on the floor. It's been a frustrating night for Dontavia Wagner, and you got to credit Providence defense. They knew that Wagner could be one of those players that could hurt them down low and get on the scoreboard. They've taken her out of this game.
Nariah Scott at the line, as that was the 5th team foul against Boston College here in the 3rd. That was Providence's first miss at the foul line today. Had been 10 for 10. And the second one. By the way, I want to go correct it. They changed the foul in the book, so it's 3 fouls on Bryn Farrell, not 4 on the Providence side.
Keeping an eye on those numbers for both these teams. Scott has 2. As you said, Wagner with 4, so she'll probably sit for a majority of this one and see if she comes back out in that 4th quarter. BC needs her.
Yeah, Providence feels like and gone on a little bit of a shooting run, but it's still about a 9-point game, and now back up to 11. Nice take inside by Andrea Daly. It's up to 7 points. That is off of Olsen.
See, Crooms is trying to navigate, start the offense. Had Olsen cutting on the opposite side on the weak side, but also had a 3-point shooter up top in Audrey Cook.
Daly got around, did the work to get by, but was too far away from the rim for that move to work. But then the foul after the fact, and possession will stay here.
It's a little chaotic for BC again, not setting themselves up, just taking these shots that are, you don't have bodies down there to get rebounds, so Providence is kind of just, hey, one and done, and we'll go back up court.
Todd, good play off the inbounds, but couldn't hit the bunny. And then this is a foul, and this will go the other way. So a little bit choppy here at the end of the 3rd. 45 seconds remaining. A foul goes against Allie Van Timmeren. And again, Boston College in the bonus, so free throws here for Providence. Eagles are just 1 of their last 9 from the floor. Providence is scoreless, though, over about 2 minutes. So it's held here. Again, 9, 11 points. It's about where we've been ever since the beginning of the 2nd quarter.
You let a team like Providence kind of hang around, though. When you don't put a team away, that's when they're able to come back and make a run. And we've seen a couple of runs by the Friars. Crooms has done a good job kind of starting those, but you stay around long enough, or you let a team stay around long enough, it might cost you.
Archibald back in for Scott. 45 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Lacey spinning in the lane. Nowhere to go, so out to Todd. On the drive. Oh, what a move. Taina Todd.
Tesla's the electric car, and you're looking for flying cars. Todd just flew through that traffic. Say, I'm not staying in this congestion.
Got it way up off the window, hurt her other end. 3 ball bouncing around, no. A rebound, but could not get up with it was Audrey Cook. And it's an 11-point Boston College lead. To the 4th quarter we go. Big bucket from the freshman. Taina Todd's up to 6 points in the game. And the Eagles. Providence in that 3rd quarter, Lewis, best shooting quarter from the floor. They were 6 of 14, but really just could never really make a stranglehold on the lead at all. We kept saying, it feels like there's a couple of moments here, Providence kind of coming, but never really dipped below 9 except for one time down to 7. That 3 ball was a bit short.
Yeah, we were talking about Mair and Todd, they've both kind of stopped those runs, right? In that third quarter, it was definitely their best quarter at 43. They had 18, in the second quarter, and then 35 in the first. So that's what you want. The shot selection was a little better as well. They just couldn't finish in the third.
Providence now from behind the arc is just 2 of 14. Daly for 3. Not there. And a rebound for Emily Archibald, the sophomore from Kennebunk, Maine. Former Maine 2-time Gatorade Player of the Year at Kennebunk High. Olsen got inside and an offensive foul.
So great job there for the Eagles. A couple of players there coming to protect the lane. Gakdeng pushes her to the top of that little arc. And Daly and Todd are there.
Daly was a fan of that one.
Yeah, she was. Well, Daly has that kind of energetic oomph about her. Anytime something happens on the court, you see her kind of celebrating, getting very animated about it.
Kick save.
Oh, World Cup's coming up, so only fitting.
Come on, ref, watch 33, now go. Flipping it with the leg.
Still an 11-point lead for Boston College, looking for a third victory of the season, and this would be 3 wins in a row against Providence. And that is Gakdeng.
It's a nice move, just getting up and over. Nice little touch, not too much on it.
You know, it's interesting with Gakdeng. You know, you almost were about to say, boy, she's getting her points, she's doing a nice job, but maybe we haven't seen the dominant Maria Gakdeng game yet that I think we saw a few times last year. But then, you look at where you are, and it's 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. I mean, numbers are pretty good.
Yeah, you'll take those numbers, and I think, with a team like this, you want her to step up a little more just because of the size advantage and produce a little more. But I think that comes with effort and energy and time.
Nice answer at the other end for Providence. Olsen continues to do a nice job opposite Crooms as a second offensive option for Jim Crowley. Lacey in the lane, off to her right and good. 5 for JoJo Lacey.
Oh, that was just beautiful. Nice little step through, got the defender to bite. Nice finish.
One thing that Coach Mack said this year is that, maybe our roster's a little bit smaller numbers-wise, but I actually think we have a lot of depth and a lot of players that, I trust and can go out and play. All 8 players that have played for Boston College have scored at least 5 points in the game.
Yeah, I think that's what you want. You're right. You want to get them that confidence. You want to get those reps in and have them see this game action.
Lacey again. Got home again. 7 for Lacey. And a good start to this 4th quarter for the Eagles. Crooms. That pass was knocked out of bounds.
Oh, JoJo Lacey, the junior, a couple of times just sees the lane and takes advantage of it, that time on the spin cycle. This time, she's just going to do a step through to find the opportunity off the glass, and JoJo Lacey helping pull BC away.
Crooms again. Got inside. And a whistle and a quick timeout by Providence. Crooms up to 21 points, which is 3 short of a season high. But the Eagles still hanging on. It's that 11-point lead for BC.
I'll remember that chapter of my life forever. We laughed. We cried. We protected that Progressive Home and Auto bundle day and night. We were all of us dazzling. Like knights sworn to protect our kingdom. We knew it wouldn't last forever, but that's what made it special.
I know we'll be back tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but it'll never be today again.
Just get on the bus,
All of
So he said the birthday girl, Taina Mair, has enjoyed her birthday. Got the signs out for her as well today. And she is certainly an impressive 15 points, 5 of 9 shooting, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Has a steal as well.
Game high 32 minutes as well.
Again, that continues to be the theme. Does not leave the floor very much, if at all. And has continued to play well through it. Got it inside. Van Timmeren did not get the roll, and that's out of bounds to Providence. I mean, you take a look at where, just going off the stats today. So 4 assists, 4 turnovers. Probably want your point guard to be a little bit better than, 1-to-1, but at worst 1-to-1, certainly. And that's where, okay, maybe in a different scenario, Coach Mack is taking her out, giving her a spell, but again, she's being forced to learn on the fly. So if you can deal with it and kind of learn those lessons as the season goes on, she's got a chance. And so far, I think we've seen that.
And being at 15 turnovers is kind of the mark we were talking about, right? Is making sure that with an offense that likes to move, you don't go above 20.
Crooms inside with just 3 on the timer. Crooms is up to 23 points. 9 of 13 from the floor.
Remember, she was scoreless in that second quarter.
Three ball, Mair. A little bit short. So Crooms again on the run. And got it. Good aggressive take. That's a new season high 25 points. And now 2 shy of a career high.
24 against URI, 20 against Dayton. She's having herself quite the year. 18 against Iona. She could put the ball in the hoop.
And Providence, again, as close as they've been in the second half. 7-point game. Lacey is off the mark from 3. Knew it as soon as she took it. Crooms is keeping Providence in it. 4:52 remaining in the fourth. Friars have cut it to 7 thanks to 25 points from Janae Crooms.
When other carriers take your money and knock you around.
4:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. You see Logan Cook there, the grad student coming in from Iowa after 53 games out with the Hawkeyes. And Logan's dad, Marv Cook, played 7 years in the NFL, including a time with the Patriots, where he was a 2-time All-Pro. Got to take in a game at Gillette Stadium when they were moving Logan in. Just down the road in Providence, of course. Was part of a Elite 8 team last year at Iowa. It's Logan Cook.
Sweet 16 in 2019, so some postseason experience there for Cook, bringing to the Friars.
Out in front, Dontavia Wagner could not finish at the rim, and then it's knocked out of bounds. It will stay here with BC. So Wagner is back in here, playing with 4 fouls, as Joanna Burnaby-McNamee trying to not let this game get any closer than where it is right now at 7.
And if you're Wagner, you got to shake off the beginning part of this game and just...
they called a travel. And in fact, I was about to say, I thought that arm got extended there a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was her 5th. Yeah. I thought she was going to get called for the push-off.
Call the travel.
Eric, I want to go back to Jim Crowley's timeout. He took a timeout, about 6 minutes left, and that's kind of spurred this run, right? Defensively, they made the adjustments, and here they go again.
Olsen held up that time rather than drive against Gakdeng. Avoided the block, but missed the shot. Todd's open for 3. That's a big one. Taina Todd up to 9 points. And back to a 10-point lead for Boston College. Olsen, and got it.
That's kind of what I think you were alluding to last possession, right? Is just take it, right? You have that lane. Like a delay a game. This ball is pushed back, then a sub comes in. But, you know, you want to be able to take it, right? You have that lane. Don't be afraid to just drive. Get a foul if you need to, worst case scenario. But Olsen has been fun. When she drives the paint, she just goes straight up. Those are clean for her. Those are clean looks.
Fastball for Gakdeng, and lost it. There's the double team again with Crooms. And up and no, but second effort, fouled.
I saw Janae Crooms here, you know, taking it away from Gakdeng, racing by everybody down court, getting her own rebound, and then putting up the attempt to get the foul. That's all individual effort.
Again, Crooms, the Rhode Island native, who's actually a cousin of Providence men's basketball coach Ed Cooley. And started her career in the Big Ten, 2 years at Ohio State, in the 2020-21 season at Michigan State, before coming into Providence last year, where she was an All-Big East honorable mention, team leader at 14 points a game. And now, 25 points in the game is a season high. At the free throws. So cut 64-56.
You said it for Crooms, chasing 27. She had it twice, once against UConn and in her freshman season against Penn State.
Yeah, that UConn game last year. 8 of 11 from the floor on January 30th against the Huskies. Todd on the drive, up and under move, and foul.
Almost had a triple-double last year, Crooms did, but this is Todd in her drive. We've seen her do that reverse layup a couple of times today, and it's fallen for her, so good job getting by the defender and try to utilize the hoop as a second defender there for Taina Todd.
Free throws are going to be important here down the stretch. It's 10 points. Got the second one. So 11 for Todd. So it's a 10-point game once again, and Crooms is without a shoe and decides to throw it into the first row to get it out of play, and is going to play out this possession. The shoeless wonder inside. And now a whistle, and Crooms will get the shoe back, and that may have been why Jim Crowley elected to use the timeout.
You're going to see at the top of the key for Crooms, try to find her way past the defense, get that pass off, and then going to lose it.
Right there.
Yeah.
I was worried this was coming our way when she threw the shoe away. It ends up into the first row to one of the fans here. I think was as surprised as anyone.
Yeah, he didn't know what to do with it.
I think the warning before the game is beware of, flying basketballs, but
flying shoes,
do you get to keep the shoe like a foul ball, or do you have to return it?
Well, it'd be like that LSU staff member who just took the pylon and ran, right? Do you just get the shoe and book it? You're done with the game. You don't stay for the finish. But no, we talked about this. Crooms almost had a triple-double against BC last season. She had 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. Eagle killer.
Been so impressive. Let's make sure that's tied.
Yeah. You're a double knot kind of person. I'm more just tie it once and we're good to go.
Do people do that? Do people only tie it once?
What?
Is that a thing?
What?
Why wouldn't you double knot it? I'm exclusively a double knot.
I can't. I know double knots only if the laces are too big.
Oh, we're gonna have to talk.
Yeah,
about
we're
this
gonna talk
after.
offline. Yeah,
It's a wild thing. Still a 10-point game with 2:31 to go. Crooms free throw line. Somebody got to be open. It's Herter and good. Megan Herter, just her second three-pointer of the game, but it comes in a big spot. Back to 7. Providence has gotten to this point a few different times in the second half, but never closer than 7. A foul away from the ball is called against Emily Archibald, defending Gakdeng.
On BC with no Dontavia Wagner now, fouled out on that last play.
Gakdeng inside. Extra pass, Todd. A little bit strong. Pass from Herter inside is too strong, looking for Olsen.
There's a little bit of miscommunication there on that offensive sequence. Farrell was coming back to the top of the key, but it was already 3 players there for Providence. Caused a turnover.
So again, under 2 minutes remaining, it's still a 7-point game. Oh, a nice move, Todd, and draws the foul.
A freshman takeover here for the Eagles with Todd and Mair. You see her just kind of get Archibald into the air and use her body to draw the contact to get that foul call.
Shake and bake up top to start. You know what's interesting? It doesn't matter where you start the game necessarily. First time coming off the bench today, but yet Todd has been the one here in a crucial moment.
And Daly's got the start. She had a great couple of games against Ohio State and Northeastern. So deservedly so, but now it's Todd kind of reminding the Eagles like, hey, this is why I'm in the starting lineup.
So back to a 9-point game. Olsen on the run. Good work from Olsen. And 19 points. That is a new career high for Olivia Olsen, the sophomore. Another one from upstate New York in the capital region outside Albany. 1 minute left. And a foul on Daly driving. And this will go against Herter.
Yeah, just coming in too aggressively here to keep the arms up, and then that bump is what draws the foul.
Daly misses the front end. Eagles will have one more tune-up Wednesday before going to their early season tournament, the Puerto Rico Classic down in San Juan.
Not taking us with them, Eric. Got to get down there at some point.
That one is thrown out of bounds. BC ball up by 8 with 48.1 to go, and a timeout here by Joanna Burnaby-McNamee on the BC side. Providence will host the Friar Thanksgiving Classic coming up next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday against Hartford, Weber State, and Bryant. Before jumping into Big East play, and you talk about jumping into Big East play, number 5 UConn and number 24 Villanova, the first 2 games. Now remember, Providence did beat Villanova last year on December 3rd, early in the season. Villanova, who ended up finishing as the 2 seed in the Big East tournament.
Yeah, Nova had a really good team last year, and that's why I say the Big East, when you get to that middle of the pack of the Big East, it's anybody's game. And see Boston College upcoming schedule. You talked about going down to Puerto Rico. Holy Cross is a big game too. This is a team that's kind of given BC some fits in recent seasons, so can't overlook that game before you make the trip down to the islands.
Todd from the free throw line. Gave it off Daly. Up, and it rolls off. And then an offensive foul off the rebound. Archibald called for the elbow after pulling down the offensive board.
You're going to see she's going to get the board. A real aggressive rebound here to take it away, but just the extra effort, you're going to see right there. Just come on, back off me. That's where the official's right there.
It looked like, you try to extend those elbows to create space for yourself, and you just can't chicken wing there. So BC possession and a foul against Herder. Down under 30 seconds remaining, and that will shut the possession timer off. And what a game it has been for Taina Mair on her birthday. A double figure scoring for the first time. I believe that's 15 points for Mair. And Joanna Burnaby back to me. We'll again call a quick timeout. Up to a 10-point lead, 27.6 remaining here in the fourth.
Really, it's been the freshman show. I mean, when you look at what Todd and Mair have been able to do for the Eagles today, they've stopped the big runs for Providence. The big buckets came from Todd on the three-point line, or Mair driving and cutting in. We also saw some good cuts into the lane by Taina Todd. And when you look at what BC is building, this is what we kind of talked about with Coach Mack, is getting them those reps, getting them those game reps where they do have to kind of face adversity and learn from those, and they did it.
What a game it's been for Mair. Leading scorer for Boston College today. That was something that Coach Mack told us before the game. She said, I love what she's doing with the assists, but don't pass up those shots when you have them, and we've seen that today.
Yeah, 3 from 6 from the three-point line, 5 for 10 from the field, distributing the ball very well, 5 assists. 5 turnovers is the number she'll look at and kind of criticize herself for. She's one of those players that likes to go back into the room and get right back to work. But a great performance. Again, you're trying to get everything going as a freshman here on the collegiate stage, and she's doing well so far.
It's worth noting on that turnover number, Boston College is at 18 for the game. I believe they were at 11 at halftime. So certainly brought that number down in the second half. Again, it's going to be a work in progress, but that's a positive sign from a team standpoint there as well.
Yeah, 36 against Ohio State, 22 against Northeastern. That's progress.
Down to BC with the possession timer off in a 10-point game, and one more timeout called by BC. So one more timeout, and we'll see if Providence will elect to foul or decide to let it go. And Boston College 12.9 seconds away, barring a minor miracle, for a third win of the season and what would be 2 in a row. And the Eagles will take on Holy Cross on Wednesday, as we said. That's a noon start. Sure to catch it right here on ACC Network Extra. And one more foul for Providence. First one. What a game for Todd. What a game for Mair.
Great.
Second one good as well. So final 10 seconds will come off. Herder one more time at the end is good. So that cuts it to a 9-point game, but that will just about do it. 73-64. Boston College a winner.